Hello there ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Due to popular demand, today we are gonna be playing Age of History 2. Oh yes, we are gonna be doing some very cheeky shenanigans with this game. But before we actually do that, we first need to understand how the game works. So in this video, I'm gonna be teaching you how to become a professional dictator in Age of History 2. So without further ado, let us begin. What is Age of History 2? Age of History 2 is a turn-based grand strategy wargame where you play as a chosen civilization in multiple different historical scenarios and battle it out with other civilizations for world domination. That's all you need to know about this game. So now, how do we play it? For this video, we are gonna be starting a new game. Now, at this point, we can immediately start playing the game. However, if we tap on the scenario date up here, this opens up the scenario list. And here we can choose whatever scenario we want to play in. For this video, it doesn't really matter which scenario we play in. Though I do recommend playing in the year 1440 because this is the scenario that offers the most number of civilizations for you to play as. There is literally 498 states in this one scenario alone. Our chosen civilization for this video will be the Kingdom of Tondo. Situated here in the modern-day Philippine archipelago, the Kingdom of Tondo is one of the more peaceful starts since we're here on the islands with only a few other civilizations nearby. So let's dive right in. Alright, before anything else, let's take time to understand what the menus are in the game. Do not get overloaded with information based on just what you see here. This is a simple game. Do not complicate it for yourself. First thing we have to know about is this map modes. This will open a menu that essentially does what it says. Here you can change the viewing mode for your map depending on what it is set as. Right now it's on political view, which is the main view for the world map. For example, let's set it to the army view mode. This mode will show us a list here on the left side that counts the total number of soldiers we currently have active and their location. This is a useful tool if you have a large empire with armies all over the place. If you scroll down, there are more map modes that you can play around or gather information from. But ultimately, the only thing worth actual noting here is the ability to go back to the main political view of the map. So we are gonna want this to be open at all times. If it gets in the way, you can move it like this or resize it like this. This invisible bar here will be where your high priority notifications show up. If something important that needs your attention appears, it will show up here. So let's actually start playing now. First order of business is always distributing our starting technology points. We are gonna be spending all these points in increasing income taxation and income production. Because obviously, more gold is always better. Next up is adjusting our kingdom's budget and spendings. We are gonna be maximizing our taxation, but not to the point where people start getting angry at us, of course. And let's put our goods budget and investments all the way down at a minimum. Sure, we can put both of these spendings at 0%, but then our population will start to starve and the development of our provinces will start to decline. Obviously, we don't want that. In order to maximize our gold per turn even further, we will have to disband our only army of 400 troops. If you haven't seen earlier, this army alone takes up a significant portion of our national budget. So they will have to go. To disband armies, all we have to do is to select the province in which the army is in and select more. Doing this brings up the province menu. Here we can build structures to improve our provinces, but that's not what we're here to do. So let's scroll down, and here we can disband armies. There we go, our gold per turn has significantly gone up. To maximize it even further, we can do one more thing, and that is making our citizens happy. We can do that by going into the happiness view here in map modes. This will open up a list of our provinces' happiness status. And from this list, we can quickly organize festivals to make our people happy. There we go. Festivals will be in effect over several turns, and if it's not enough to max out happiness, then we can organize a new festival after the first one ends. Last but not the least, before we end the first turn, let's try and make friends with other civilizations through diplomacy. Selecting diplomacy brings up the diplomacy mode. Here you can see the relationship status of any civilization including yours. It also brings up a diplomacy menu here on the left in which you can make diplomatic actions for your own kingdom or to other civilizations. The Ming Dynasty over here is very strong, currently ranked as the #1 civilization in the world. So naturally, we want to be friends with them and not get eaten. So let's improve relations with them by simply selecting any of their provinces, then opening up diplomacy mode, improve relations, and here we go. Improving relations will cost us 0.5 diplomacy points per turn. However, we are generating 1 diplomacy point every turn, so we can definitely afford the cost. Alright, here in the early game, we are just going to take things slow. We are gonna observe the political developments that goes on around us and keep on earning our much needed gold. Now, if there is no immediate threat to your civilization, you can pretty much just sit around and develop your technology and provinces. But not for me. Once we earn like, let's say, 20,000 gold, we can set our eyes on declaring war. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 20,000 gold in the bank, and now it's time. Our neighbor Pangasinan over here is looking like the perfect target, so let's make preparations. Alright, let's recruit troops. I think about 3,500 troops is enough to win the war. Do remember to leave some gold in the bank as buffer, because as you already know, raised armies cost gold to maintain. And you don't wanna go into debt, do you now? With our army raised, it's time to declare war. Now we can do two things. We can either invade them now, or we can wait and let them attack us. Don't be stupid now. We are gonna be playing it safe and let them attack us. There we go. By letting them go first and attack our position, we will benefit from the defense bonus of our capital province's castle and watchtower. This basically means that we are at an advantage and we will lose less soldiers than the enemy. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was an easy win for us. And now, we invade. Oh, that is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. And we just won the war. So now, we must make peace with our enemy and send them our demands. We can do that by selecting the war score over here on the upper right corner. Peace negotiations. And here in this screen, we can make our demands. The star you see here is our war points. And in this menu, we can select our demands. Since we have 4 points, we have enough to demand war reparations and vassalize Pangasinan. But of course, why would we want to do that when we can just straight up take their land from them? Send demands, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pangasinan has been defeated of the game, and we now have 3 provinces to our kingdom. War is that easy, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, after obtaining a new province, we will always need to assimilate the population to our culture. If we don't, then the province stability will plummet, and the risk of rebellion will rise. Also, population that isn't assimilated will not pay taxes to us. So obviously, we do not want that at all. So let us assimilate this province. It will cost us gold as well as it will take several turns, but it will all be worth it in the end. Since we are no longer at war, let's disband our armies for our gold per turn to recover. So now, we are chilling once again. Let's set our eyes down south. When we are ready, we will try and take Cebu and Madjas to slowly grow our kingdom. Because I think I know now our goal for today's video. We are gonna be attempting to form the Philippines, ladies and gentlemen. It only makes sense, right? In order to form the Philippines, we will need to take all of these provinces highlighted here. And we can start by conquering all of the kingdoms here in the south. We certainly need to grow and expand as forming the Philippines will require us to go to war with Brunei over here. Since Brunei owns this one island, and we need this island. Alright, with Cebu and Madjas defeated, we now have a territory bordering the main southern island. Our next war target will be Butuan, but of course we will have to make preparations once again. Meanwhile, let's check in on what's happening overseas. This is interesting. It seems that Great Viet over here went to war with Khmer, and they won. You can see that there is Vietnamese territory here. So yeah, Great Viet is expanding. Though I would be worried if I were them because their relationship with literally everyone around them is not looking too good. Even the Ming dynasty doesn't like Great Viet. At this point, they should be sweating buckets. Ayutthaya also seems to be doing well. They appear to have vassalized Sukhothai. Okay, and they also vassalized Ligor. They are doing some actual work. Good for them, I guess. Interesting. Very interesting. Malacca appears to dislike Brunei, and Brunei also dislikes Malacca. Maybe we can use this to our advantage later on. Maybe. Just maybe. With the southern island completely under our control, all that's left is this island province is still controlled by Brunei. Though now looking at the statistics, we have way more population than they do. And we are also ahead in industry, which is great. What's not great is that Brunei is ahead in technology, which would mean that their military is much more advanced than ours. So we will have to catch up. Now, while we are assimilating our newly conquered lands, it's about time we improve our kingdom as a whole. Our gold per turn is looking really good right now, so let's use some of that gold by adjusting our national budget. We need to at least match Brunei in technology, so we will be increasing our research budget to, let's say, 60%? Yeah, that looks good. This will now give us research experience every turn that will increase our kingdom's technology level, which in turn grants us technology points to spend on perks. As I was just doing research, some interesting political developments just happened. It appears that the peace between Brunei and Malacca has broken. Well, it's bound to happen since they never really liked each other in the first place. Hang on, Malacca is also at war with Pasay. Oh, I see now. Pasay and Brunei are in good relations with each other, and they teamed up against Malacca. This puts us in quite a predicament, ladies and gentlemen. While certainly this is an opportunity that we can take advantage of, it's too early. We are unprepared for another war. Screw it! All resources going to the war machine. Stop funding research developments and maximize taxation. Citizen happiness be damned. We need lots of gold to feed the war chest. With Brunei's defeat, we now have no contest on the islands required to form the Philippines. As a sweet bonus, I have made Brunei a vassal state. This means that Brunei will now give us a percentage of their gold every turn. And we can also call them to future wars as an ally. Now, in order to keep Brunei from declaring independence, we must make sure to keep the liberty desire at a minimum. We can do that by, simply being a good vassal lord. Keeping relations high and taxes reasonable. We also need to have more provinces than our vassal. We currently have 11 provinces and Brunei has only 9. So we don't need to worry about the liberty desire increasing. Now that the main obstacles to our end goal have been taken care of, all that's left is these provinces that are grayed out. These are uncolonized provinces, and in order to colonize them, We must either pay an exorbitant amount of gold or reach tech level 75 for cheaper colonization prices. So yeah, this might take a while, so hold please. Alright, I've just been focusing research and we have reached tech level 70, which is close enough. The price for colonization is now cheap enough that it is sustainable. We can earn gold and now start colonizing the entire archipelago. Okay, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, newly colonized lands will get a massive bonus in growth rate. Growth rate basically means the speed of which your population grows every turn. So, we will take advantage of this bonus and increase our goods budget to further boost our population growth. So now, every turn, our population in these new colonies should grow significantly over the course of the growth bonus. Now, for the moment that we all have been working towards. It's time we form the Philippines. Just open the diplomacy menu, form Philippines, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have successfully founded the Republic of the Philippines in the year 1514. Oh yes, 100% historically accurate indeed. At long last, we have finally reached our end goal for today's video. We have successfully established a solid foothold here in Southeast Asia. And from here on out, we will be able to focus more on foreign affairs. We could annex Brunei into our growing empire, or we can turn our eyes towards the Japanese mainland. They are highly fragmented right now, which makes Japan the perfect target for our next war campaign. Or maybe send a small army to go and explore the world. Maybe go to Europe and discover the various European kingdoms. Or maybe focus on an entirely new frontier and go for an early colonization of the American continent. The possibilities are endless, ladies and gentlemen. Play however you want from here. And that's it for this video. I really hope that you all enjoyed this one, as well as I hope that this video managed to help you understand the game and how to play it. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to continue our journey as the Philippines. Because ladies and gentlemen, this is just the beginning. As always, I thank you all for watching and see you guys in the next one.